Hey, I am getting ready for the week. I've got a lot of vintage pop culture stuff to ship, but the main thing I'm going to talk about today is I have a remix album that's going to be coming out. So I kind of wanted to go behind the scenes on my pre-release checklist for what I do when I'm releasing an album. So I'm looking over the list here, and basically I am preparing for this remix album I'm doing with my band Lorenzo's Music. We had released an album in April, just a few months ago. I don't know if it was April or June. Gosh, it wasn't that long ago. Anyway, the point is what we did after we released it is we have a net label we're on called Sonic, and they set up a page that has the stems for all the songs on that album. And since we released it under Creative Commons, I contacted different Creative Commons artists and asked if they could do remixes of our songs for this album so that we could put it out on the Sonic net label. So that's going to be coming out soon. And I wanted to go over what I need to do for this whole thing. So as I said, Sonic is releasing the album, so they will be posting it on their site. The best part about this, unlike all the other albums we've done, Sonic takes care of the artwork. They also promote it and post it on their website. And one of the things that isn't like what traditional labels would do, a net label will let you also have the album yourself, and then I get to distribute it to the different streaming platforms and anywhere else I want to do it. So while Sonic will be promoting it and putting it on their site and it's available there, I can do what I normally do with an album. So even though I didn't have to create the artwork, which is great, I do have to upload it to our distribution service for streaming. So right now we're doing that through DistroKid. Through that, I still have to, and I wish, you spend all your time recording and preparing the album and all this kind of stuff and getting it ready, put in the info and everything. But when you upload it to a distributor, you have to upload the songs, then you have to enter the information, the song titles, the song credits, all this stuff that's already embedded in the file. I wish that when I was done creating the album and I have it all set up and it's sitting on my laptop, I could actually just right click on it and there would be an option for distribute album. And then I go yes, and then it sends it somewhere. Of course, that's not possible, but rant over. All right, so back to what I was talking about. So I have to enter the titles and info into DistroKid. Plus, I'm going to be adding the information of the people who remixed. So on platforms like Spotify or Apple Music, it will also attribute it to that artist, and it will appear on that artist's page or on their album pages, whatever it's called. On the platform they're on, it will be, hey, a new release of them, and it's Lorenzo's Music featuring that artist. And that's kind of a cool thing. So it's a little cross-platform promotion that happens automatically, and I like that. Now, the one thing I don't like about DistroKid is it's the first platform we've used where there is a subscription fee. I've normally in the past gone with free platforms, and one of them being the most recent one we used, which is called 1RPM. Now this one you can sign up for free, and you can upload your music, and they just take a cut of what you receive from the streaming services, which ironically, if you think about it, I'm paying a fee to DistroKid to distribute it, and they don't take a cut, but I'm still paying them to do it. Now, on these other services, I get to use it for free. They take a percentage of what I earn from the streaming services, which I'm sure probably equals or is very similar to the amount. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The reason I switched from the free service that I used before, 1RPM, is because they removed the ability to release singles before an album. So we were working on releasing an album. I put out a single first, just like a teaser single. Not an outlandish idea, not something that's revolutionary, not something that people don't do all the time. I released this single, and then I went to go upload our album, and it said, you can't publish this because it has a song that's already released on it. And I'm like, huh? So I contacted them, and I'm like, are you saying I can't release a song that I've already released, even if it's like a teaser single? And they basically said yes. So I was like, all right, done with you. And then I moved over to DistroKid. I think that was my point, is basically the free services can do what they want, the paid services can do what they want. That takes care of the streaming services. So as a Creative Commons band, we also share our music freely and openly on different platforms that also are for the same type of concept. We have a new Bandcamp alternative that we use, which is a self-hosted site that's free, and I can host it on our site. It's just like Bandcamp. I can upload our stuff there, people can download it, and then I have to actually publish that on our own Faircamp page. There's one called Bandwagon, and Bandwagon is a great platform because you can charge for the album on there. You can also, when you upload, have it submitted to a online radio station called Indie Beat Radio. And that's pretty cool. It's a new radio stream and it's got a lot of free and open source music on it. So you can check that out, but that's what I do with Bandwagon and that's why I upload there. Next, there is a platform called Mirlo that I've been using recently. It's kind of a mixture of Bandcamp and Patreon. So people can subscribe to you on there. They can also either send you a donation, buy an album, or even set up a monthly subscription fee if they want to support you. It's kind of fun. You can do posts on it and things like that. You can have stuff that's for members only, very much like Patreon, but it's also a music player just like Bandcamp is. I get so confused. I want to say Bandwagon, Bandcamp. And then next, one of the long-term set of websites that offer Creative Commons and open source and free and open culture music that we have been uploading to for a very long time are Jamendo, which is a service out of France that also they offer your stuff to radios and short films, things like that. So that one's pretty cool. Free Music Archive, same sort of thing. People go there to search for music to use in their videos and whatnot. And then the Internet Archive at archive.org. And we put our stuff there just because it is the Internet Library. Why not put your stuff in a library? Ooh, I wonder if no, I don't have any physical copies. Otherwise I would, never mind. Just thought out loud there for a second. You get where I was going. I was thinking, hey, I'll put my music in the library, but then I'd have to make CDs. Then I'd have to figure out how to put my music in a library. Anyway, the end. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for the files to come back from the Blocksonic netlabels so I can start doing all this stuff. I'd be curious to know what some of your own personal frustrations are with distributing your stuff online, whether it be music or art or videos. Like I said, I wish I could just right click and go send it here. Or is there a thing like that? I don't know. Leave a comment or you can message me. And that is what I'm going to take care of this week. I'll see you next time.